More than 400 East Africans are employed by the institutions and organs of the East African Community. The institutions are spread out over to the 6 East African Community partner states. Some of the institutions of the East African Community that Uganda hosts are the Inter-University Council of East Africa, the East African Development Bank, Lake Victoria Fisheries Organization, Civil Aviation Safety and Security Oversight Agency CASOA. Now, employees working in these institutions and others in different partner states will soon be subject to taking an oath of allegiance if the proposed East African Oath Bill is passed into law. The bill was recently tabled before a second reading before the East African Legislative Assembly in Arusha by Uganda's first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Affairs, Kirunda Kivejinja.
The East African Community Oath Bill 2017.
The bill requires all members of staff of the community to take oath or affirmation before the Secretary General or his or her appointed representative.
Currently, only members of Parliament, justices of the East African Court of Justice, the Secretary General of the community and his deputies, and heads of the institutions take an oath of allegiance.
Because you're going to undertake an obligation, you must take oath that you will faithfully be able to serve. You must take oath that you're going to keep the community information confidential, not just be reckless with information.
I would understand it for members of Parliament, for the judges of the East African Court, for the Secretary General and the Deputy Secretary General, and so on. But when you stretch it to every employee, and to me, it is overstretched.
However, lawmakers were concerned that the proposed law does not prescribe penalties for staff members who go against the stipulations of the oath.
Any such information where that person is not supposed to disclose, what are the penalties?
But Honorable Speaker, we are making this very important law, yet the violation of this law is inconsequential.
The community generally lacks a punitive mechanism for various violations.
Penalties should actually be provided for by law. We don't have a law in the community, unlike the partner states which have official secrets acts. We agree that actually penalties should be a creature of the law.
However, Article 73 of the East African Treaty confers immunity to employees, experts and consultants working with the community in respect to duties performed in their official capacities. According to the legal counsel of the community, Dr. Anthony Kafumbe, the treaty has to be amended if penalties are to be administered to the errant staff.
I think this is the trigger so that we have a law that can address all the shortcomings. But with respect to the court can cite somebody for contempt of court.
Actually, we don't have a law. This one can be the beginning. So that we criminalize the people who violate the secrecy.
The bill was deferred for further consultation. Jingo Francis, NTV, Weekend Edition.